This screencaster video is going to take a look at Safari and give you some tips and tricks for working with Safari in classrooms. So here we have Safari. It looks like the compass. It's right below the camera. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click in there. And don't be alarmed if you don't see the same things I see, because I have some things that are favorited already. So what we can do first is we can go up into this gray bar and we can search for websites. So I'm going to do www.google.com and I'm going to hit go. And it's telling me that there's an app for Google. Do I want to get it? I'm going to say no for right now. Okay, so this looks just like regular Google, right? So I can go ahead and I can search in here, and I'm going to say the Penn State football, and it's going to give me everything that's going on in Penn State football. First in the Big Ten East, tomorrow at 12 they play against Purdue. It's going to be on ESPN. I'm going to be there freezing my tail off. And then here's future games. Next week they're in Iowa. The following week they're at home against Michigan with no time yet. That's a whole nother story. So I can go ahead and I can search and I can just scroll down and see what's going on with Penn State. Now I've gotten to a certain point. I'm all the way down on the website. I want to get all the way back up to the top. So where I see my Wi-Fi and my battery percentage, I can double click up there and it would automatically take me back to the top. No matter what app you're on, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Safari, double click up top there and it'll automatically scroll you way back up to the top. So that's a great feature. In the right, if we continue looking at the top there, I have the two A's. I can click on that and I can make it a little bit bigger. I can hide my toolbar. I can request a mobile app, and then I have some website settings and I can make this bigger. Okay, so if I had a student that was some site issues, I could do that. On the right hand side, I have the action up arrow button. So when I click on that action button up, I can airdrop it. I can add this to a note, add it to a book creator, which we'll talk about later on in the course. I can copy this and then send it to somebody if I wanted to email it, add it to my reading list, add a bookmark, add my favorite, find a particular something on the page, print my page, or I can mark it up. So I could kind of see if it's going to work. Nope. It helps to click on something first. So I can come here and I can take my pencil and I can circle Penn State because I know they're going to win tomorrow. And then if I wanted to, I can take my action up button and I can airdrop that as a PDF. And see that I can save that as a PDF, which is a newer feature with the latest iOS update. So I can delete the PDF or I can save the file. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that. So that was by going up to the markup. So think about that. You have a website that you want students to be able to read. They don't have iOS devices. You can't airdrop it to them. You could email it to them, but they don't all check their email. So maybe you wanted to print it off and give it to them for homework. Just pretend you're marking something up and then save it as a PDF, and then you can print it. Unfortunately, don't say that. I didn't say that, but that's there. So that was by hitting the action up button. If I hit the plus button, it's going to give me a second tab. So now I'm going to go to Phillies baseball. And since their season's over, I can go here and I can search. I can go to the official website. Just bear with me here. So now I have two tabs opened, and the nice part about this is if I want to change these two tabs, I can click and hold and drag this one and move that one to the left and Penn State to the right. I can hit the plus button and give me a third tab, and now I can really start to jump things around a little bit. So now I have my new tab in the beginning, so let's just go to this Parrot K-12 education. Oh, not found anymore. Okay, so we have to delete that app, delete that favorite. So that was just by hitting the plus button, gives me another tab. The last thing is the kind of scrolling marquee. So if I click on that, it shows me the three websites that I have up, and I can rearrange those by dragging them. Remember we talked earlier about iCloud? You can see on my MacBook Pro I have iTunes U opened. So the great part about that is I can go ahead and if I wanted to pick up where I left off on iTunes U or wherever I was using on my Mac, I could do that using Safari. I could click another button if I wanted to, or if I want to go back to one page at a time, I can click done there. So those are some of the features with, oh, sorry, let me backtrack. The book on the left-hand side, if I click on that there, these are my bookmarks that I have. So you can see I have one that's called Vincent, one that's called .pub, and one that's called iPad User Guide. So I can go down and click Edit in the bottom, and I can click and I can delete that if I wanted to. We're going to learn something about bookmarking in a little bit in the reading module. So I can go ahead and I can click on this and I can change all of this over here if I wanted to. And so that's going to be key later on, and then I can hit done to be finished. The glasses part is just some things that maybe I want to add to my reading list. And remember, I did that by clicking the Action Up button. So see where it says add to reading list, and see that it's the glasses there. So that's there. So I'm going to go back to the book. And then this last one here are just some of my favorites, and I can clear some of those, my history. So I can clear some of the